I.S.U.P.K.
We want no cowards in our camp, holy men, prepare to die. We want no cowards in our camp, never let their brothers die. We want no cowards in our camp, holy men, prepare to die.
Shalom, Yahweh Shemir Ashar Barakatah to all of my brothers. Shalom, Yahweh Shamar Alathan Ba'Shem Yahweh to all of my sisters. I'm Officer Panaya Allah of the I.S.U.P.K. off of 125th 1 West Harlem, New York, of the Commander General Yohanna. Alright, we've been established since 1969. We are the original school and the one body of Christ. Alright, on this planet. The Lord has revealed his secrets to the I.S.U.P.K. and now we're giving it to the world. Alright? This is for all blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. We got free classes Monday through Friday, Saturday Sabbath service, starting 6 p.m. Central Time. We got a Monday night radio show with Commander General Yohanna that starts 6 o'clock, 6 p.m. Central Time. We got a radio station with General Hazayan, Let the Hebrew Speak, that's 10 a.m. Central Time. We got a radio station in Minneapolis, Minnesota. It's called Straight Gate Radio. Do not miss it. That's Wednesdays, 8:30 p.m. Central Time. We got free classes where you can physically come on Thursdays, North Regional Library, North Minneapolis, Minnesota. What's the school number again, Baba Gashar? Can you pull the school number? 612-836-9518. You can call that number. The number should be on the screen. If you have any questions or concerns, or if you're interested in joining the school or learning, getting private classes, whatever, give us a call, all right? Donations, whatever it is, call that number, all right? You could also go to ISUPK.com and you can find a school in your state or in your country, because we're not only in the United States at all. So what we're going to do today, we're going to start off doing a 12-tribe breakdown. But what I want to do is I want to show everybody, we're going to just go through real quick. We're going to do a brief summary. We're going to go over what happened. How did the tribes get separated? Why was they separated? How did we end up in slavery? How did we end up in the condition that we're in right now, not knowing who in the hell we are? All right? Start off, Baba Bashar. That's the 1 Kings 11:6-7.
1 Kings 11:6. And Solomon did evil in the sight of the Lord.
Okay, now Solomon was the king of all Israel. Solomon was also the wisest man in the world. You understand? When Solomon was king, all the nations was happy. All right, because Solomon was a black man who ruled righteously.
Right.
All right, he was a man of the Lord and he was a righteous man. In his old age, though, he went off, and we're going to show you what he did. Go ahead.
And Solomon did evil in the sight of the Lord.
Solomon did evil in the sight of the Lord. Now, this was a righteous man, but this man fell off, all right? He went off. Go ahead.
And went not fully after the Lord.
Then he didn't go fully after the Lord. This is in his old age. Go ahead.
As did David his father.
See, David was a righteous king, and David never went off. David was a man of the Lord. He was feared amongst all the nations. David was hardcore. Go ahead.
Then did Solomon build an high place for Chemosh.
Okay, say that one more time.
Chemosh.
Chemosh was a wicked god. All right, a god that we didn't worship, and it was a sin for Solomon to build this god. He built these gods that you're about to hear about for his women. The man got old and tried to appease his wives by building these gods. Go ahead.
Come on. Then Solomon built an high place for Chemosh, the abomination of Moab.
Okay, the abomination of Moab. All right, the disgusting Asians is one of their gods. All right, keep going.
And the hill that is before Jerusalem.
And the hill that's before Jerusalem. Keep going.
And for Malak.
And for Malak. Malak is the big owl. Okay, it's a statue. The people today worship the goddess of Malak in Bohemian Grove.
Right.
They call themselves Bohemians. You always see the little owl on Drake. Drake is a Bohemian. He worships the goddess of Malak, where they do sacrifices of children and mock sacrifices of children, and they participate in homosexuality and all kind of wicked, disgusting things. They cause their children to pass through the fire. As we know in the scriptures, that's a sin. We were warned not to cause your children to pass through the fire. Go ahead.
Come on. And for Malak, the abomination of the children of Ammon. And likewise did he for all his strange wives, which burnt incense and sacrifice unto their gods.
Speak that. Say that one more time and be louder about
Come on. Verse 8. And likewise did he for all his strange wives, which burnt incense and sacrifice unto their gods.
Okay, this is what he did for all his strange wives. That's why it says in the scriptures not to go into the ways of the heathen. That's why it says enter not into them and do not let them enter into you.
Right.
All right. Interracial marriage is disgusting. All right. It's against the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. And we are destroyed as a nation because of it. Do you understand? Interracial marriage, loving white people, loving African people as a so-called black, Hispanic, or Native American. We are not Africans. Do you understand? We are not funky Africans. We ain't supposed to love no trifling, bat-eating, monkey-chewing Africans. All right? We're not supposed to love the white man. Oh, pork-eating, shrimp, lobster-eating, nasty, disgusting white man. Eating out the garbage, sleeping with animals. We're not supposed to love these people.
Right.
Every time in the Bible, when the black, Hispanics, and Native Americans, which is the 12 lost tribes of Israel, every time we joined another nation, we were destroyed. Every single time. Every time we went into their land and took on their cultures and customs, we became slaves and we became destroyed. That's another thing you're going to learn in this lesson. Right now, we just like time travel. We shooting ahead though, okay? We skipping a ton of information, but we giving you the facts. Read. Say that one more time.
Come on. Verse 8. And likewise did he for all his strange wives,
Africans, Moab, all of them nasty, disgusting women, all right? Did all of these, made all these gods so that he could appease these women. Just like you see these so-called Negroes today afraid to come into the school and put in the work they supposed to put in because they got a white dog at home. They got a white homeboy at home that they smoke weed with. So they're afraid to turn away from them. They put them before their God, which is another sin. Go ahead.
Which burnt incense and sacrifice unto their gods.
So they was burning incense and sacrifices to these fake gods. There was no power in it or anything else. Solomon even knew that. He did it because Solomon wanted to appease these women. It says in the scriptures, do not take these women as wives, for they will turn your hearts against the Most High.
Right.
Or away from the Most High. You understand? And that's what happened to this brother in his old age. He's sleeping with these young women. Everybody who knows Solomon had 600 something damn wives.
Yeah, over 600.
Over 600 wives.
And Salaki and 300 concubines.
And 300 something concubines. So Solomon was not only a great king, but he was a great player, okay? But in the end, it caught up to him. You know what I'm saying? No sweat. Go ahead and read a little more.
Come on. And the Lord was angry with Solomon.
The Lord was angry with Solomon for doing this. Go ahead.
Because his heart was turned from the Lord God of Israel.
His heart was turned from the Lord God of Israel because he was sleeping with these nasty heathens, going into their culture, going into their customs. We're destroyed for this every single time. It never fails. Even to this day right now, we can't erect our own nation the way that it's supposed to be because we still got the Christian church, which is the disgusting house of Satan, still teaching that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans should be joined to the white man, the Africans, the East Indians, the Arabs, and all the other heathen nations. All right, we're not supposed to be joined to anybody. We're supposed to separate from these damn people. All right, keep going.
which had appeared unto him twice, and had commanded him concerning this thing, that he should not go after other gods.
So listen, this man fornicated against the Most High by going after other gods, and he was warned. Hey, go have a seat. Go have a seat. He was warned not to go after the other gods, not once, but twice. All right. Now we warning y'all, don't go after these other gods. It's only one God for the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and it's the God of Israel. Go ahead.
Oh God. But he kept not that which the Lord commanded. Wherefore the Lord said unto Solomon, for as much as this is done of thee, and thou hast not kept my covenant and my statutes, which I have commanded thee.
Now these are Salakia, so not sleeping with other nations, not taking women from other races,
right,
and other nationalities is a law, statute, and commandment. It just told you that right here. The Lord's finna get on him. He's telling him because he didn't listen to these law, statutes, and commandments, what will become of him. Keep going.
Come. Which I have commanded thee, I will surely rend the kingdom from thee.
What does rend mean? What does rend the kingdom mean? All right, let's get a dictionary and find out what the word rend means. For all the people,
Rend.
Salakia, if you got a question, you got to raise your hand, brother, and say Salakia, which means excuse me.
Oh.
Then you could, do you know the answer? You want to raise your hand?
No.
You got it?
No. Go ahead.
Okay, no sweat. If you got it, you can answer it. Okay, let's get in here. Let's read the word rend real quick. O-P-Q-R-S-T-U-N. Okay, the rend at the end of the day means snatch, rip out of your damn hand.
Right.
Okay, I really wanted to get the exact definition and read it to you. I ain't got my phone. Pull the exact definition real quick. Let me go back. I might find it before you go ahead. I want this direct definition for you guys, because there's words being used and I know everybody don't know them. Here we go right here. I got it.
Okay, no sweat.
All right. This is rend, to remove from place by violence, to split or tear apart or in pieces by violence. All right, so this ain't like I said, tear it and rip it away. This is tear out of your hands, to rip it out of your hands, but not by. It's not like walking up and snatching it from you. Rend is to rip and tear away from you by violence. You see, that's like punching you in the damn throat and then snatching it out your hand, shooting you in the face and snatching it out your hand. That's what it means to rend something. All right, read that one more time, Baba Kashar. There you go. No, sir. Go ahead.
Come. Verse 11. Wherefore the Lord said unto Solomon, for as much as this is done of thee, and thou hast not kept my covenant.
What is the covenant with the Most High? If we keep His law, statutes, and commandments, we'll be set above high all nations.
That's right.
That's His covenant. All right, that we would have salvation as a people, that we would rule over the earth. That's His covenant with us, man. All right, keep going.
And my statutes, which I have commanded thee, I will surely rend the kingdom from thee.
So we're going to lose the kingdom in violence. That's what the Lord said to Solomon. But go ahead.
And will give it to thy servant.
And He's going to give it to who?
Thy servant.
The world was given into the hands of the wicked. The earth was given into the hands of the wicked, according to the scriptures. The white man rules the earth. So now we know who our servants was. Now we know who served us. Now we know who was under us, but now has became to rule over us. You can find that in 2nd Ezra as well, 6 and 50, what, 9?
Yeah, no. That would be 2nd Ezra 6 and 54.
No. 2nd Ezra 6 and 59, I believe. 6 and 59. Hold on one second.
That's chapter 5, sir.
Hold on. But why thy people whom thou hast called thy firstborn, not 59, 56, also come to of Adam as they are nothing but and now, O Lord, these heat. 57. Not 59, 57. You said 54, I said 59. We was close. Damn! All right, let's get it. Read that real quick. 2nd Ezra 6 and 57, real quick. To show you that. No, man. Go ahead.
Okay.
Knock this out. Go ahead.
No sweat. 2nd Ezra 6 and 57. And now, O Lord, behold, these heathen, which have ever been reputed as nothing, have begun.
Wait a minute. These heathen, these white people, these Africans, these Asians, these East Indians and Arabs have been reputed to be nothing, according to the Most High. He don't deal with these funky heathens, all right? That's why we ain't supposed to be dealing with these nasty, disgusting people.
Right.
All right? The white man is a cancer on the earth.
Right.
He's the devil that the Bible speaks of.
That's right. Khan hath begun to be lords over us, and and to devour us. Keep going. But we, thy people, whom thou hast called thy firstborn.
Thy firstborn is Israel, according to the scriptures. Everybody knows in the scriptures it says thy firstborn is Israel. All right? All right, now let's go ahead and drop that. Let's go to the, finish reading that, and then let's go to the next scripture. I just wanted to bring out real quick that these people that he's speaking about is the heathens, the so-called white man, the so-called East Indian, the Arabs, and the Africans. All right? And the stinking Asians, I don't know if I said their name. Go ahead.
All right. Verse 12.
Catfish looking face. Keep going.
Notwithstanding, in thy days I will not do it for David, thy father's sake.
So what he's saying is, Solomon, I ain't gonna snatch it from you because of David. Because your father was such a righteous man, I'm not gonna do it in your day and time.
Right.
So I'm not going to rend this kingdom from you. I'm not going to murder. I'm not going to have you killed and your army killed and slaughtered and your people killed and lose the kingdom right now. Because of your father and the promises he had with King David, he ain't going to do it to him. But go ahead.
For thy father's sake, but I will rend it out of the hand of thy son.
But he going to do what?
Rend it out of the hand of thy son.
Well, he's going to rend it out of the hand of thy son. That means that the kids that come out of Solomon's loins is going to lose the kingdom. Go ahead, you had a question?
I was finna say what you just
said. No sweat, no sweat. And that's what it is. But at this point in time, these going to lose the king. Your kids going to lose the kingdom. I ain't going to do it to you, but your kids is definitely going to lose the kingdom. Go to 1 Kings 11 and 13. Is that it on there?
Yeah, come on. Right. We are at verse 13 as of right now. Come on. Howbeit, I will not rend away all the kingdom, but will give one tribe to thy son for David, my servant's sake, and for Jerusalem's sake, which I have chosen. That's it.
All right, no sweat. Now I want you to go to 2 Kings chapter 17. All right, so I'm gonna blaze you up to what happened. All right, I'm gonna catch you up. I'm gonna blaze you ahead of time. Right. In the end of the day, the kingdoms ended up splitting up. It was Rehoboam, I believe, and Jeroboam.
That's right.
And the kingdoms was split up. You had the 10 tribes, which give you the Hispanics and Native Americans that went to the northern kingdom.
That's right.
And in the southern kingdom was the so-called Negro, the Haitians, and the Benjamites, which is the Levites and the Benjamites. It's really 2 tribes, but then you have to consider the remnants. It'll say the remnants of, and then that is the Levites, because the Levites traveled throughout the land. They didn't have an inheritance in the land. So the Levites were the people who policed the 12 tribes of Israel. So they were scattered throughout. They were with the northern kingdom and they were with the southern kingdom.
Right.
You understand? So we say 3 tribes, even though it was 2 tribes with the remnants. So there was brothers from the Levitical priesthood that was amongst the Judah as well, and Benjamite as well. That was in the southern kingdom. Okay, go ahead.
Come. You say 17 and what?
17.
Oh, okay. Come.
We're going to read the whole chapter. Go ahead.
2 Kings, chapter 17. In the 12th year of Ahaz, king of Judah, began Hoshea, the son of Elah, to reign in Samaria over Israel 9 years.
He was a king for 9 years. Go ahead.
And he did that which was evil in the sight of the Lord.
He did evil. Keep going.
But not as the kings of Israel that were before him. Against him came up Shalom, Shalamazer.
Shalmaneser.
Shalmaneser.
Go ahead.
King of Assyria, and Hoshea became his servant and gave him presents. And the king of Syria found conspiracy in Hoshea.
Now stop. Shalmaneser, king of Assyria, and Hoshea became his servant, okay? And he gave presents, and the king of Assyria found conspiracy in Hoshea, for he had a messenger to his king of Egypt. So basically what he did was he went, all right, he's the one over the northern kingdom, Hoshea. He becomes the king over the northern kingdom. Remember, the kingdoms that separated, the southern kingdom and the northern kingdom. Well, Hoshea ended up being king over the northern kingdom, all right? And what he did was he had joined the Assyrian king, okay? And then what he did was he took gifts and he went and he gave them to the Egyptian king. Now remember, we was just coming up out of the Egyptian captivity in the land of Mizraim, all right, under Pharaoh. So now when he went back over there and was giving gifts to the Hamite, the funky African king, the Assyrian was like, oh, he's conspiring against me with this other king. They think they slick. They finna try to overthrow us and take our land. You know, on some spooky stuff. Took a Hoshea. Read what happened to him. Read that part again. The last part. Yep.
All right. And the king of Assyria found conspiracy in Hoshea, for he had sent messengers to king of Egypt, and brought no present to the king of Syria, as he had done year by year. Therefore the king of Assyria shut him up and bound him in prison.
Now, he's saying every year he used to bring presents, preferably probably money and women, and the finest of everything that we made and we have. He usually brought that to the king of Assyria, but this time he didn't. All right, but he sent messengers to the Egyptian king. So they was like, hold on, he on garbage. They thought he conspired. They took him, they threw him in prison. Read on.
Then the king of Assyria came up throughout all the land, and went up to Samaria and besieged it 3 years.
Took over. Keep going.
In the 9th year of Hoshea, the king of Assyria took Samaria and carried Israel away into Assyria, and placed them in Halah.
Okay, so we were took out of where we were in our land, all right, and we was placed in Halah. Keep going.
And in Habor. By the river of Gazan. And in the cities of Medes.
The Medes. Keep going.
For so it was that the children of Israel had sinned against the Lord their God, which had brought them up out of the land of Egypt, from under the hand of Pharaoh king of Egypt, and had feared other gods.
Say that part again.
Come.
This is very important. Read that last part again.
Come. From under the hand of Pharaoh king.
Go up more. For so it was.
For so it was that the children of Israel had sinned against the Lord their God.
Stop. The children of Israel had sinned against their Lord their God. All right. Go ahead.
Which had brought them up out of the land of Egypt.
That brought us out of the slavery and the bondage that we was in Egypt. Keep going.
From under the hand of Pharaoh, king of Egypt.
Keep going.
And had feared other gods.
And did what?
Had feared other gods.
What does it mean to fear another god?
Like, just you scared of him. Like, you bowing to him. You fear
Okay,
him.
how do we know if you fear the Lord or if you fear another God? How do we know if you fear a God? How will we know if you fear a God? Hold on, let the brother try to answer you.
Because you betrayed your own God.
Nope,
You ain't got no
that's
hope.
not it. Do you got it? You want to crack it? Go ahead. Go ahead.
How you fear somebody else's God or a God, period, a God, you keep their laws, statutes, and commandments. Is that correct?
Right. With these other gods, they had no law, statutes, and commandments. What you did was you feared the God by keeping his customs and his culture.
Right.
Meaning that, you know, if you feared Nimrod, then you was going to celebrate Christmas every year.
Right.
Do you see what I'm saying? Because you didn't want the spirit coming out of the tree trunk and killing you. Because that was the whole theory behind the tree trunk in Christmas. You understand? So every year you would put up a tree and that's what you're going to do. Okay, read on.
Come. Verse 8. And walked in the statutes of the heathen.
Walked into what?
The statutes of the heathen.
There they go. See what I'm saying? Follow their routines. Follow their holidays, their culture, their customs, their traditions. That's what you did. And by doing that, they've sinned against the Lord. Read on.
Whom the Lord cast out from before the children of Israel. And of the kings of Israel, which they had made. And the children of Israel did secretly those things that were not right against the Lord, their God.
Worshiping other gods secretly. Go ahead.
And they built them high places in all their cities, from the tower of the watchman to the fenced city. And they set him, Salaki, and they set them up images and groves in every high place.
See what happens when you join other nations? You start to worship other gods. You start to stray away from your culture and customs. You start to build false idols. You start kissing black rocks and black stones. You start bowing down to wood crosses and kissing wood crosses. And you start bowing down to Mother Mary statues, Mary Magdalene statues, goats and all kind of weird stuff. Cutting goats' heads and going crazy. You know what I'm saying? You start doing all kind of weird stuff. All right? And then you start to die. That's the next thing that happens. Because the wages of sin is death. So once you get to going joining these people, you end up in slavery, you end up serving their gods. That sounds familiar, right?
Right.
That's what we do here in America in the Christian church. We join the other nations. We thought the Africans was cool. We thought everybody was cool. We joined other nations. We went into slavery. We started worshiping stones and rocks in the Christian church and the Muslim mosque. Read on.
And under every green tree, and there they burnt incense in all the high places, as did the heathen whom the Lord carried away before them, and wrought wicked things to provoke the Lord to anger.
Did wicked stuff to provoke the Lord to anger. Go ahead, you had a question?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I noticed that's why I've been having all my bad luck then.
You damn right.
Right.
You damn right. Because like it says in the scripture though, brother, I want you to understand something. It says, my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. That's what the scriptures say. It's saying that they worship the dragon in ignorance. You see? It's not that they want to serve Satan. It's that they don't know any better to serve Satan. And that's why the Lord has sent his prophets and priests of the Most High, the I.S.U.P.K, to come and wake real brothers up and let them know what the real is. Now you can leave that alone. Go ahead.
Thank you, bro.
No sway, Hebrew. Yonder bar. All glory to Yahweh, Yahweh Shah. Go ahead.
For they served idols, whereof the Lord had said unto them, Ye shall not do this thing. Yet the Lord testified against Israel and against Judah.
Keep going.
By all the prophets and by all the seers, saying, Turn ye from your evil ways, and keep my commandments and my statutes,
right,
according to all the law which I commanded your fathers, and which I sent. For they served idols, wherefore the Lord has said unto them,
louder,
Ye shall not do this thing.
That's right.
Yet the Lord testified against Israel and against Judah by all the prophets and by all the seers, saying, Turn ye from your evil ways, and keep my commandments.
Now, once again, the Lord, turn from your evil ways. Keep my commandments, all right? He gave, it says we were sent to a stiff-necked people. If you know anything about blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we hard-headed. We don't want to listen the first time. Never. We always got to learn the hard way. Keep going.
Okay. And my statutes, according to all the law which I commanded your fathers, and which I sent to you by my servants the prophets.
Keep going.
Now withstanding, they would not hear, but hardened their necks.
They would not hear, but harden their necks. I just said they were stiff-necked people, right? They harden their neck. We ain't trying to hear that. Go ahead. We're going to smoke weed. We ain't trying to hear that. We're gonna bang some hoes and toss them to the side. We ain't trying to hear that. We're going to steal some cars. We're going to steal some drugs. We're going to murder and kill, rape, pillage, and whatever, just like the white man. Go ahead.
Like to the neck of their fathers that did not believe in the Lord their God.
We ain't trying to hear no fasting, man. We finna eat what we want to eat, man. We ain't finna fast, man. What you talking about? Stop eating pork. What you talking about? That's what the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American man does to this day. Stiffens up their neck. Man, I gotta get fresh, man. How I'm gonna get fresh if I ain't selling dope? How I'm gonna get fresh if I ain't selling this and selling that? That's what the Black, Hispanic, and Native American does in America today, man. Stiffens their neck. Go ahead.
And they rejected his statutes and his covenant that he made with their fathers.
Okay.
And his testimonies, which he testifies.
The Lord didn't reject blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. We not destroyed because he rejected us. We destroyed because we rejected him. Go ahead.
Which he testified against them. And they followed vanity.
They followed vanity. Keep going.
And became vain.
And became vain.
And went after the heathen, concerning whom the Lord had charged them.
Read the last part again.
Come on.
After the heathen.
Come on. Yes, sir. All right. Which he testified against them. And they followed vanity, and became vain, and went after the heathen that were round about them.
Does it mean they chased the heathen when it says went after them, followed them? No, it means they followed their customs and their cultures and traditions. Go ahead.
That were round about them, concerning whom the Lord.
Christians. Easter, Salakia.
Yeah,
Easter, Christmas, St. Patrick's Day, Halloween, Thanksgiving,
St. Patrick's Day,
4th of July.
Right.
All right. Pastor Appreciation Day. All right. Praise and Worship Day. Of the Dance Day, and the Half Naked Dance Girl Day. All right. Homosexual Choir Day. Keep going.
Whom the Lord had charged them.
Right.
That they should not do like that. I mean, Shalakia. That they should not do like them.
We should not be like the heathen, man. The heathen kill one another. The heathen steal from one another. The heathen sleep with one another's wife. The heathen are homosexuals. The heathen are drug dealers. They the first gangsters. They still doing drive-bys out the windows on brothers and sisters in D.C. Why are we being like them? Why are we lusting after these cars and this money and this jewelry and everything to the point where we're willing to sacrifice our souls? We're not supposed to be like him. He's an animal, child molester, homosexual, transgender, LGBT and all that old crap. Go ahead, read on.
Come on. And they left all the commandments of the Lord their God.
Just like every black, Hispanic, and Native American today in the Christian church. Keep going.
And made them molten images.
Keep going.
Even 2 cows. And made a grove and worshiped all the host of heaven.
They done made a cow. And Negroes start worshiping a damn cow, man. A fake cow. Same thing as them Muslims over there worshiping that rock. Walking around that cobblestone, which is supposed to be a vagina. A lot of people don't even know that. It's supposed to be a vagina. You over there worshiping. All of it goes back to woman worship. Christianity goes back to woman worship. Islam goes back to woman worship. They all worship in vagina. All right? You're a vagina worshiper if you're a Muslim. All right? Keep reading.
Come on. And they caused their sons, and served Baal. And they caused their sons and their daughters to pass through the fire.
Goddess of Malak, keep going.
And used divination.
Which is sorcery and witchcraft.
And enchantments. And sold themselves to do evil in the sight of the Lord.
Sold themselves. Prostitution. Keep going.
Come on.
Bigelows.
Sold themselves to do evil in the sight of the Lord, to provoke him to anger. Therefore, the Lord was very angry with Israel, and removed them out of his sight. He
removed them out of his sight. Meaning now there is no hedge over you. Keep going.
Come on. There was none left but the tribe of Judah only.
That was what was left. So the tribe of Judah, which is the Benjamites and the Levites, we were all together in the southern kingdom.
Right.
All right. That was what was left. Everybody else was in slavery. They were done. Keep going.
Also Judah kept not the commandments of the Lord.
Now here goes Judah. Following right behind the rest of the tribes. Keep going.
Their God. But walked in the statutes of Israel which they made. And the Lord rejected all the seed of Israel.
All the seed of Israel. Now, good night. Keep going.
And afflicted them and delivered them into the hand of spoilers.
Spoilers. Who was that? The white man. Keep going.
Until he had cast them out of his sight.
Once again, cast out of his sight. No hedge, man. kids dying, getting raped, being set on fire, castrated, sold on auction blocks. Keep going.
Come on. For he rents Israel from the house of David.
Okay, before we go there, King of Jeroboam drove Israel from the following of the Lord of God. The children of Israel walked in the sins of Jeroboam, which did a party from the. Okay, bye. Skip that. We're gonna come back to that. All right. Matter of fact, go ahead and finish it. Might as well go ahead and finish it. Knock it out.
Verse 20. And the Lord rejected.
Salaki, speed up. All right.
Come on. And the Lord rejected all the seed of Israel and afflicted them and delivered them into the hand of spoilers until he had cast them out of his sight.
Keep going.
For he rent Israel from the house of David, and they made Jeroboam the son of Nebat king, and Jeroboam drave Israel from following the Lord and made them sin a great sin.
Now, what is the great sin? Following other gods. Keep going.
For the children of Israel walked into all the sins of Jeroboam, which he did. They departed not from them, until the Lord removed Israel out of his sight.
Here we go.
As he has said by all his servants the prophets. So was Israel carried away out of their own land to Assyria unto this day. And the king of Assyria brought men from Babylon,
there you go,
and from Cuthah, and from Ava, and from Hamath, and Sepharvaim, and placed them in the cities of Samaria, instead of the children of Israel. And they possessed Samaria and dwelt in the cities thereof.
Right.
And so it was at the beginning of their dwellings there, that they feared not the Lord. Therefore the Lord sent lions among them, which slew some of them.
That killed the heathen that was in our land, because them heathens didn't fear our Lord, and because of that, the Lord sent some damn lions to eat them up. Keep going.
Wherefore they spake to the king of Syria, saying, the nations which thou hast removed and placed in the cities of Samaria, know not the manner of the God of the land. Therefore he hath sent lions among them, and behold, they slay them, because they know not the manner of the God of the land.
Now, just like the heathens did the so-called Native Americans in America, they couldn't survive in the land. So what they ended up doing was coming and getting some brothers that they had in slavery to come back to the land and show them how to survive, so they can stop getting their dumb ass ate up by lions. Salaki, keep going.
Then the king of Assyria commanded, saying, carry hither one of the priests whom ye brought from thence, and let them go, and dwell there. And let him teach them the manner of the God of the land. Then one of the priests whom they had carried away from Samaria came and dwelt in Bethel, and taught them Bethel, Salakia, and taught them how they should fear the Lord. Howbeit, every nation made gods of their own, and put them in the houses of the high places, which the Samaritans had made, every nation in their cities wherein they dwelt. And the men of Babylon made Succoth Banath. And the men of Cuth made Nagal. And the men of Hamath made Ashima. And the Avites made Nabhaz and Satak. And the Sepharites burnt their children in the fire to Malak, the gods of Sepharvaim. So they feared the Lord, and made unto themselves the lowest of them priests of the high places, were sacrificed for them in the houses of high places. They feared the Lord, and served their own gods, after the manner of nations whom they carried away from thence. Unto this day they do after the former manners, they fear not the Lord.
There you go. Wherever blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans have been carried away to by whichever people and whatever God they have, that's what the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans God they serving right now. In America, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are serving a Christian God, because we were taken by the damn Christians. Right. We were taken by the Roman Empire, who was pagans. So we are worshiping pagan gods in the Christian church.
Right.
All right. They were pagans. Everybody can look up the Roman Empire, prior to 70 AD, before they came into Jerusalem and ran us to Africa and then took everybody else in slavery. all right? And they were pagans, all right? They didn't have the Bible until they stole it from us 70 AD.
Right.
They got our records when they destroyed our temples, all right? Read on.
Come. Neither do they after their statues, or after their ornaments, or after the law and commandments which the Lord commanded the children of Jacob, whom he named Israel.
Come on.
With whom the Lord had made a covenant and charged them, saying, Ye shall not fear other gods, nor bow yourselves to them, nor serve them, nor sacrifice to them. But the Lord, who brought you up out of the land of Egypt with great power and a stretched out arm, him shall ye fear.
That's the only God, Yahweh. That's the only God we supposed to fear. And you fear him by keeping his laws, statutes, and commandments. Read on.
And him shall ye worship, and to him shall ye do sacrifice, and the statutes and the ornaments and the law and the commandments which he wrote for you. Ye shall observe to do forevermore. And ye
For
shall
what?
forevermore.
Forevermore, you're supposed to keep the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. His high holy days and everything. The Christians don't keep no high holy days. They keep it Easter and Christmas and what's the other one? Kwanzaa?
Yeah, Kwanzaa.
Or whatever the hell it is. All these old weird holidays and shit that had nothing to do with a black man named Jesus Christ. Yahweh Shai the Hebrew. Read on.
And ye shall not fear other gods.
You should not fear no other God.
And the covenant that I have made with you, ye shall not forget, neither shall ye fear other gods. But the Lord your God ye shall fear, and he shall deliver you out of the hand of all your enemies.
Now, if we fear the Lord, meaning come back to our law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, he will deliver us out of the captivity that we're in America.
Right.
We can stop dying in these streets like dogs. We don't have to go back to the penitentiary. All we have to do is keep the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High and separate from these other religions like Christianity and Islam and Buddhism and Hinduism and all of that comedic science garbage. That homosexual stuff right there, boy. You dig? You gotta get up out of that place right there. Let's separate from these people, and we can be delivered from under the hand of the white man, our oppressor, who is the devil the Bible speaks of. Read.
Howbeit they did not hearken, but they did after their former manner.
They ain't listen. They did not listen. Read it again.
Howbeit they did not hearken, but they did after their former manner.
Did it again.
So these nations feared the Lord, and served their graven images.
Serve the graven images. Go ahead.
Both their children and their children's children.
Their children and their children's children. Christmas, Easter, Halloween, St. Patrick's Day, 4th of July, Martin Luther King Day, Labor Day. Go ahead.
As did their fathers, so do they unto this day.
Brother. Ash Wednesday. Keep going.
As did their fathers, so...
Salakia, what's the one with the damn stinking Arabs got where they put the henna stuff all over their body and
It's
stuff?
called a henna tattoo, yeah.
No, not the tattoo. I know what that's called. I said, what is that? Ramadan.
Ramadan.
Yeah, Ramadan.
Yeah,
that was just last month.
Yeah, Hebrew.
Just last
Ramadan.
month.
Nasty, disgusting holiday for the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Perfect for the Arabs. Terrible for the so-called black man. Go ahead.
Right. So these nations feared the Lord, and served their graven images, both their children and their children's children. As did their fathers, so do they unto this day.
That's what they do unto this day, man. Worship false gods, and we sit here, North Minneapolis, poor, starving, and want need of all things. Detroit, Miami, Florida, Miami Gardens, poor, Apalaka, Little Haiti, you dig? Over in Haiti, the Dominican Republic, Cuba, we starving, we dying in Jamaica. Come on, man. When are we gonna wake up in the UK? We dying, man. Being racially profiled, being beat, hung in the South, still picking cotton in the South today. Brothers still picking cotton in the South today. Y'all thought cotton picking was over, it ain't over. Still to this day, and they ain't just picking cotton; they picking other stuff too. Go to now. Go from there. Go to 2nd Ezra 13 and start at 40. So you see what happened, all right? The 10 tribes was taken away under the Assyrian captivity. Read.
Con.
Second Ezra, this is the Apocrypha. All right, if you got a standard King James Version Bible, you will not have this. Because these are the books that they took out of the original King James Version Bible that was made in 1611. Go ahead.
Con. Second Esdras 13 and 40. Those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land.
There they go. Them was the 10 tribes. We reading it. Read on.
Con. In the time of O.C., the king.
O.C., a.k.a. O'Shea. Same thing, same name. Go ahead.
The king whom Shalmaneser, the king of Assyria, led away captive, and he carried them over the waters.
He carried them over the waters. Keep going. By the river, remember. Keep going.
And so came they into another land.
Came into they funky land. Keep going.
But they took this counsel among themselves.
Wait a minute. The 10 tribes said, hold on a minute, y'all. Come on together. We're going to have a little council real quick. Because this slavery ain't working. We over here getting whipped, beat, murdered, killed, raped, pillaged. That's what we need to do right here in America right now. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we have a council over here at the I.S.U.P.K. Because this slavery ain't working for us, man. We tired of being in want need of all things. Dying from cancer and AIDS and syphilis and herpes and all of these diseases and sicknesses that our people never had, man. We're tired of starving, man. We're tired of eating poisonous food, GMO, pesticides, herbicides, drinking water with fluoride in it and chlorine. And we're tired of being killed. They putting pipelines all through the damn waters on the reservations, man. With oil and everything in the water. They're trying to destroy the lakes and rivers and hell, the grass and ground, and we just want to get the hell up out of here. All right? It's time for the Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans to come together. Stop with the goofiness, man. Stop with the clown stuff. The scriptures say, simple ones, how long will ye love simplicity, man? How long do you want to be simple? Call the scripture out.
Con. That would be Proverbs 1 and 22.
No sweat. Finish reading, Baba Kashar.
Con. That they would leave the multitude of the heathen.
So wait a minute. They came together and said, finally, the 10 tribes, the Hispanic and Native American tribes, said, man, and some of the Levites, we getting the hell up out of here, man. Keep going.
And go forth into a further country.
And we're going to go forth into a further country.
Where never mankind dwelt.
Where never mankind dwelt.
That they might there keep their statutes which they never kept in their own land.
They want to keep their statutes that they never kept in their own land. Laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. Go ahead.
And they entered into Euphrates by the narrow passages of the river.
They entered into the Euphrates River. That's the Euphrates River. All right, keep going.
Con.
By the narrow passages. Keep going.
For the Most High then showed signs for them, and held still the flood, till they were passed over.
Meaning that they were on the water in these little boats or these rinky-dink boats that they ran away with, but these brothers did not. You hear the catch the flood, meaning that the water was not out of control. The water was calm. You see, the whole time they traveled, the water was calm. The Lord calmed the water so that they could pass over the water and get up out of the captivity they in Assyria. Because, see, the Lord had a whole nother captivity. We wasn't done. But the Lord gathered us all together in one place, and you know it now as America. Keep going.
Okay. For through that country there was a great way to go, namely, of a year and a half.
A year and a half.
And the same region is called Arsarith.
Arsarith. That's America. Keep going.
Come. Then dwelt they there unto the later time, and now when they shall begin to come, and the highest shall stay in the springs of the stream again, that they may go through therefore.
No sweat. Let the brother in. Let the brother in real quick. Salaki. No sweat. Go ahead and handle that. Hey, listen, this is what happened, right? So it takes a year and a half to go from Assyria through the Euphrates to America. All right? Now, I don't have a map here today, but we're going to get a map and we're going to show you the way that they traveled and the way that they came to America, okay? It's a year and a half. It's damn near the same exact time it took Christopher Columbus coming from the same direction almost to America, all right? Same amount of time, all right? and there is no other direction to go. People say that the water was sucked dry and then he just walked through there. Listen, there is a scripture that says the water in the Euphrates was sucked dry. All right? It tells you when the lake was dried up. It tells you when the Red Sea was split. It tells you. You understand? That's not what happened right here. The Lord calmed the water. They was on boats. They went through. All right? We know they was on boats because ain't nobody swimming through no dam or walking through no Euphrates. If you go to Google, you can look up the Euphrates River and you look real hard. You look at the creatures that's inside of that. Ain't nobody walked through no damn Euphrates for no year and a half. Okay? You're not gonna make it. It's not gonna happen. Okay, it said he climbed the flood, not the creatures and animals. It's things out there that will eat you alive. All right, these are real people. These ain't like no imaginary superhero people. These is regular brothers and sisters that was tired of getting their ass beat in Assyria. Salakia, go ahead.
Come. That they may go through. Therefore, sawest thou the multitude was peace. But those that be left behind of thy people are they that are found within my borders. Now when he destroyed the multitude of the nations that are gathered together, he shall defend his people that remain, and then shall he show them great wonders. Then said I.
This is talking about some later activity.
Come.
Right here, right? This is talking about the so-called Native American, Hispanics, and the Haitians that you know today, the Levites as the Haitians. Okay, the Dominicans, the Haitians, and all of the people in the Seminole Indians that set up in Florida that started off everything for the Hispanic and Native American tribes. That was them. All along those coasts, okay, and in them islands, that's where they went, you know what I mean? And set up shop, leaving the Assyrian captivity. All right? So with that being taught right there, that is the 10 tribes breakdown. Now it goes more into depth. We're going to get more into depth, but I just want to show you what happened when we got separated, okay? Now, if you go to a book called Babylon from Timbuktu, you'll see where the destruction of the other 3 tribes or 2.5 tribes that was there began. And that's what we're going to get into next time. This time we just wanted to touch into the Northern Kingdom, which was the Hispanics and Native Americans. Now, the next time we start off, we're gonna start off where we left off with the Hispanic and Native American tribes, and we're gonna show more proof according to the map. And we're going to show you archaeological proof as well that the so-called Native American Indians and the Hispanics was Hebrew. They spoke Hebrew and they hold to this day some of the oldest known Hebrew artifacts that mankind has.
Right.
All right? And we're going to bring that proof out as well on this video when we return. All right. With that being said, Shalom Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai Barakatham to all of my brothers. Shalom Yahweh Shamar Alatham by Shem Yahweh Shai to all of my sisters. Officer Kunaya Allah with this brother, Officer Maccabi right here, strong brother from the north side, reading for me today. I appreciate you. We got free classes Monday through Friday. You want to tune in at 6 p.m. Central Time. You got the Monday Night Radio Show with Commander General Yohanna that starts at 8 p.m. Central Time. General Haas, Let the Hebrews Speak, 10 a.m. Central Time. You got Israelite Vibes, Thursday, 11 p.m. Central Time. And then you also got Wednesday Night Straight Gate Radio, 8:30 p.m. with Officer Kunaya Allah and Officer Maccabi. Do not miss that Saturday Sabbath class. Look into it, ISUPK.com. Shalom, Lord Christ.
We want no